two, one.
Well, what's up, people? This is your boy Budini Mussolini. I say that entertainment. And we are here with, introduce yourself, my brother.
The name is Cook. How are
Cook.
you?
I'm good. Cook, where you from?
I'm originally from North Philly. I've been out here in Long Island, spent 5 years in Miami, been out to California, did some training in Kentucky for the Army, so I've been around a little bit.
Okay, all right. And right off the gate, what's your drug of choice?
Everything. I'm an escapist. It's not a matter of just one drug. It's a matter of if I don't like feeling a certain way and I want to get outside of that feeling, I'm going to do whatever substance that I have on hand that's going to make me get away from what I'm feeling or how I don't want to be.
Okay, all right. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay. And you were raised most of the time. Where you spent most of your time at?
I spent probably like 5 to 7 years in Philly, probably like 20 years out here in New York, another 5 in Miami, give or take.
So you was mostly a resident of New York.
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you first started doing drugs?
13, I started smoking weed.
Anybody hit it at 13? Okay, you started smoking weed, and what was your first weed experience? Where was it, in your home or?
It was with my
friends?
best friend in Miami. I was about to move back up to New York, and he was like, before you leave, you smoking weed with me, because before you get up there, I know you're going to smoke weed up there, so you're going to do this shit with me first.
Okay. So you smoked, got high, you liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. How long did you smoke weed before you went to the next drug?
I want to say I tried my next drug. I tried mushrooms at like 17.
Oh, how was that experience?
It was an experience. Tripping is definitely an experience. But you don't know what you're getting.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Kids shit, high school stuff, you know what I mean? Before a certain age, if it wasn't natural, I wasn't putting it in my body. I do mushrooms, I do weed, and I would drink, that's it.
Right.
Wasn't
So how
hearing
many years
nothing.
you did that for before you even got into it went to the next level of drugs?
Probably 23, I tried ecstasy. My biggest downfall, aside from myself, was women. The first time I tried any hard drug, it involved women. Cocaine, ecstasy, crack, dope, any of that. It usually involved more than one woman at the same time with some type of proposition that sounded that good. And I'm like, you know what? I could try that.
All right. So tell me the first experience on a hard drug that you had with a woman. What woman introduced it to you? Tell me about it.
I had gone to a festival and I picked a bunch of e-pills. I brought them back out here. And there was 5 girls that was all hanging out. And they wanted E. And I went over there and I brought them E. And I ended up staying and shit got crazy. And I was like, this drug shit really ain't that bad.
So how did the other what drug came in the situation that day? What was the new drug that they brought? Like, when did you start experiencing like outside of E, like crack, coke, and all that hard stuff?
I was 28
28.
and I had been selling drugs long before that. And my whole outlook on things was real different from when you're using and when you're selling.
What was you selling?
Anything under the sun. Whatever the best of the best you could get was what I wanted to have my hands on and what I was moving.
All right, name some of the products that you moved.
Whether it was cocaine, crack, prescription pills, ecstasy, weed.
So you said that most of the hard drugs, women were involved. Tell me your
Yeah.
first experience. Tell me the first experience you came across a hard drug and a woman said, "This is this."
Well, before that, I had sold the drugs, and I just thought of it differently. And then I told you what happened with the ecstasy, cocaine. 2 girls that were like, "Listen, we're gonna put this on you. We're both gonna do this off you, and then we're gonna get crazy from there." And I was like, "All right, we're gonna do that then."
Ah, that was an offer you couldn't refuse.
That's how that went. With crack cocaine.
But hold on,
Okay.
before you move on,
Yeah.
so did that experience that you had with the girls that day led to an addiction? Like you just kept going on with the coke, or you just was
It was
everywhere?
always I was selling it, and I was in a predominantly white area. I'm 6'3", black Puerto Rican Native American, educated, I have manners.
right.
I was raised in a house full of women, so I know how to speak and how to conduct myself. And yeah, that led to some interesting and fun songs.
That's crazy. Okay. So when's the first time you did crack? Was
Um,
another girl involved?
I was about 28, and it was two girls, and they were like, "How is it you been selling this long and you ain't never tried it?" And I'm like, "I don't fuck with that." You know what I'm saying? I had family members that had gone down that hill and everything else or whatever. Um, Long story short, my mother had two types of cancer. I had lost like 5 friends. Got drunk. I was a bartender. Got drunk, and these two girls were like, "Yo, you never got a nut when you were taking a blast?" And I was like, "Fuck are you talking about?" And they were like, "Yo, there's nothing like, yo, listen, you're gonna sit right there, you're gonna take a blast, and the two of us are gonna show you something." And they did.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And whatever you saw that day, you kept chasing, huh?
Them and a few others.
So let me ask you a question. All right, most of the people that come on here ask, about the cocaine, the difference between the cocaine addiction and the crack addiction. Which one do you think was more addictive for you?
It was absolutely the crack. I've done pretty much every drug under the sun. Crack brought me to my knees. I lost my family. I lost my respect. I lost things I never thought I would give up in a million years. And just slowly one thing leads to the next thing, to the next thing, and things just keep building up and piling up and piling up, where you don't even recognize yourself anymore. But what do? You don't want to just try and turn back, because you know what? You've burned so many bridges. There is no way back with certain things. And what do? Do you just sit there and continue on? Do you try and go back? What do? And when you're dealing with more and more trauma and you're still going through different things, and then you start adding in the criminal activities with things, whether you're stealing, robbing, boosting, selling this, pimping.
So you have tried heroin before?
Yeah,
And you think that crack is by far worse than heroin?
absolutely.
Wow, I never heard that before.
I was able to give up dope cold turkey.
But do you think it's different strokes for different folks?
Oh, absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
maybe it wasn't like, that wasn't your drug of choice. Like maybe heroin didn't really work for you, but
Oh, it worked. It started from prescription pills. I got injured when I was in the military, and car accidents after that. I was on all types of prescription pills for years, and then they cut me off from that.
as far as drug addiction, let's go with the government. What government assistance? Do you feel like have you been on any of the drug
Yeah,
program?
Yes.
You have? Do you feel like they work?
it works if you work it. At the end of the day, you can go to 50 rehabs, 30 retreats, 10 priests, whatever, until you're ready and you make a decision that you've had enough of where you're at or what you're doing. Nobody can make you.
Nobody.
Not
So
your
you don't
family.
think-
The only thing that can come close is God and your family, and that's if you choose to put them before that.
So you don't think that there's something that the government can provide for people that are, suffering from drug addiction that opposed to what they already have, that can go further with helping people like that? You don't think there's nothing that you can use right now from the government? Or you can
I believe right now they're slowly getting closer to proper answers, but their main thing right now is adding more drugs to it. They're adding things like Subutex, Suboxone, things like that for opioid addiction. But those things are worse to get off of than the actual drug.
So basically, most of the rehabs and stuff like that, they provide those things. For
It's
y'all
called
to get off?
MAT, medication assisted treatment. But for example, I went to an outpatient, and I went there because I tested positive for weed, and Department of Social Services made me go there. While I've been there, I've gotten them to give me Xanax,
The
Adderall,
program gave
weed
you.
card.
The program gave you.
Yes. And talking about giving me ketamine treatments. I don't like Y'all gonna give me 4 or 5 drugs that I could use or sell or anything else when I came here for weed.
So dealing with a program from the government or from the state could basically, the ones that you've seen could make you basically more of an addict. Could they have
Yeah, or
things
switch
there that
addictions.
basically put you on?
Absolutely.
That's I don't think that's a good thing, brother.
No, not at all. What people really need is to find the roots of their problems. Because alcohol, drugs, all that is masking the symptoms of what it is you're going through until you can find out deep in your heart the plethora of actual things that are affecting you and what they're doing to you and how to address them.
Mm-hmm.
Better coping mechanisms. There is no just instant fix. There's no instant magic pill that's just gonna fix it.
Well, we get all. I understand that. Now, as far as like the like, just say if you wanted to get help, what's the start? Like, where do you think? What do you think we can provide for you to start helping? We know it's not going to happen in one day.
Therapy.
Therapy. So to provide a place where more addicts that have addictions can go to sit down, go through therapy, that works.
Yes,
Okay,
for some.
that's what we're going to try to work on.
Yeah. Believe it or not, even a program like this where you're coming and you're actually curious about what's going on, the actual key focus points of why we're doing it, what's causing it, how we can get better from it. These are the types of things that when somebody else hears the situation going on, this is something that can help someone else. So programs like this is what's going to take it from where it's at now, where they're trying to worry about giving you so many medications and actually trying to talk to a person and find out why.
Right. And we need to address what you address with what they're doing in programs as far as like trying to help people. Some of the stuff that they're providing for people might not be the solution for what they need as far as these programs. So we just need a program that's going to take it serious, and we need people that, like you, that would tell or see things from a addict's perspective on what you might need to fix this problem, right? So I think that's something we need to work on, GoFundMe accounts and stuff like that, to try to get people to help us do this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to put people that have problems online so they can get it out to people that need to see it. And as far as you, are you trying to help yourself today? Like, are you trying to stop, get off drugs, or are you just playing still?
What's funny, I actually spoke to and scheduled an inpatient rehab today. I'm supposed to be finding out tomorrow, whatever, if I'm going.
Okay. Now, I asked another guy this, and I just wanted to know from you. The whole time you've been on crack, coke, whatever, is it an urge to get off of it the whole time you're on?
No.
Or are you just partying?
No,
and
when
losing?
I decide, for me, some people say, like, you can't control it, and for me, it's a choice. Everything is a conscious choice. We're adults. You either want to do something or you don't. However many reasons you may have you want to, or how many reasons you may have you don't, you're going to make a decision, and either, yeah, you're going to do it or no, you're not.
Okay, so the last time you got high was when?
Earlier today.
Today. And what was the drug? Coke?
Yeah.
Crack? Crack? All right. And are you on any current drugs outside of crack right now? Like any drugs like heroin and pills?
No,
You doing that right now?
just my prescription drugs.
And what's that?
Xanax, Adderall, couple of things.
Sound like you loaded, brother. All right, so we hoping that this rehab that you're going to tomorrow or the next day, something you feel like you taking serious, or you just do? Is it another
Absolutely,
trip?
absolutely. My kids were out of my life for a minute.
How many kids you got?
I have 3.
I'm sorry I didn't ask that in the beginning.
No problem. And I actually just spoke to them today.
What's their ages?
8, 8, and 11.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure I know that this addiction impacted the situation with your kids, right? Like as far as relationship.
Yes,
communication.
because I haven't been there for a lot of it. Because when I've been using, I separate myself from my family. I refuse to let my children watch me being high and thinking it's okay, or why is daddy all messed up like that, or what. You know what? If I'm gonna be out of it like that, then I remove myself from that because I don't feel I deserve that or to think that's something that's okay.
You got the same kid's mother?
My 2 boys are with the same woman, and my daughter's with the child's best friend.
What's the age?
The woman,
What's the age of your kids?
8, 8, and 11.
8, 8, and 11. They still young, bro.
Yeah.
They still young. So basically, the whole point of you trying to go into this program so you can get back to that.
Yes.
What kind of help can we give you?
What you're doing, reaching out to people, letting people speak, and hopefully with time, I'd like to come back after this program and everything else. I'll let you know the differences and whatnot. And I've got a lot of drugs do a lot of things to bang up your body, especially with crimes. I've broken both my wrists. I've had my throat cut 7 times. I've been stabbed in the side of my neck, shattered my orbital bone. I've had 2 traumatic brain injuries, shattered my right knee, broken each hand 3 or 4 times.
This is from the Army or from just being outside?
This is being in the streets. The Army, I hurt my feet. My hands, I broke hitting because I have a thing about people hitting women. And I was a bartender for a long time. I broke my hands a lot of times fighting. I broke one of my wrists boosting. I broke another one in the fall. I got blindsided by a bat here, shattered my orbital bone. I got jumped and thrown onto a train tracks, had traumatic brain injury, staples there. Somebody tried to rob me, cut my throat 7 times. Another issue I had where I got stabbed in the side of my neck. About a year and a half ago, I had an infection. It killed me. I had a fever of 107. And came back from that, which they said I'd probably never speak or talk again if I came out of it. I was on dialysis, which the minimum time for it is a year. Doctor said 35 years, he's never seen it. I was off of dialysis in less than a month, by the grace of God.
You've been through the trenches, brother. You've been through a lot. And you still got a long life in front of you. You got some kids out there. I want to know what it is that we can provide for you that can help you besides this program. Like, I'm going to push out GoFundMe for you.
Thank you.
I think you need that. And I'm trying my hardest to, like, get, I'm going to get a spot where we can have some meetings and talk to people and do this rehab thing. That's interesting. I'm going to try to get people to fund me and help me make this happen, brother. And I'm glad y'all are here to tell your stories because this is very interesting.
Well, thank you for having us and actually wanting to hear and being concerned about it and actually giving a crap about your fellow man.
Right.
Because there's so many people out there that want to turn a blind eye or look down on somebody for it when every family out there has someone in addiction or has lost someone or anything else like that, and people don't want to take it in and try and change it until it hits them. But it's hitting and affecting all of us as individuals and as a country, as a world.
Yeah. And we got to definitely try to start we got to start doing something now to prevent this from touching our children, bro.
Yeah.
Because
generational curses.
You still, like, when the last time you interacted with your children, spoke to them, seen them, you still
I
talk
spoke
to
to my boys earlier today for the first time in a few months. Before that, it's been about 2 months since I was at the park with them playing with all different toys and kites and different stuff that I get from them. I love it. I love it. That was what really brought me back down was when their mother pulled them out of my life because of her husband at the time and everything else that killed me. My son's birthday was just Thanksgiving. I couldn't speak to him. All my family was gone and everything else, and it's like...
Well, everybody got a story, man, and I swear, man, when it comes to reaching out to see people who got problems and drug addicts and addictions and all that, they have the most craziest stories. I've heard a lot of them, bro, and some of these stories I'd be like, the world need to hear, but progress is what I think you should be focused on, brother. It seemed like you educated, it seemed like you've been around. Well, your mom's is black and your mother's white.
My mother is 100% Puerto Rican, born in Puerto Rico. My father is black and Native American. As far as being educated, I was a published writer at 14. I got my GED at 15. At 16, I was a certified nurse assistant. At 17, I joined the military.
Right. Speaking of the military, What? I know you served some time. Was it a lot of times in the military?
No, no.
Sure.
I was known as the king of contraband in the Donald Delta Company.
So it was a lot of drugs going on in the military.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Um, I had an opportunity that I figured out how to get certain things in there, and they pay triple to quadruple the price for anything in there. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I was 17, turning 18, thought who the fuck I was, had already been hustling for a few years, and then you find out, you take a shampoo bottle, and you take something in a Ziploc bag, and you put it in there, and you send it over. It's like, here's your shampoo.
So you had it in there, and everybody was just
And loving it.
what was you selling in the middle? What drug was in it?
Pills, weed.
Coke, crack, nothing like that.
Nah.
Just light shit like pills. and
Yeah. Again, I was only 17, 18.
weed. Right. So that, as far as you saw, it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Sort of light stuff. All right, that's cool. And how long did you serve in the military?
Under a year.
Under a year.
Mm.
All right. So that's cool. I mean, there ain't really a lot of that going on in there. We don't need our silver crackhead sweat. We good.
Yeah.
But all right, like I said, man, the focus is really about you recovering, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause you seem like you a good dude, bro, and it seems like you're real passionate about your family and your life is. You might want to write a book, brother. You've been a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? Do you plan on using when you leave here?
No. Today's that gotta be that cut-off day for me.
Okay, now that's your honest,
Yeah.
true, and you ain't gonna do nothing. You feel like you don't want to do nothing when you leave, or you feel you're just like done.
I feel after today I'm done.
All right, that's a good goal. I think you should follow that goal, and that's what I'm gonna try to work with you on that. Like I said, I'm gonna open up one of them GoFundMe accounts. I'm gonna get as many people as I can to help you guys out. I need ideas on how I can help you because I don't have all the answers.
Thank
I'm
you.
asking people in the media, whoever gonna watch this, if you got some ideas on what we could do to help these brothers out, because I'm gonna bring a lot of them up here for y'all to be seeing their life from different angles. And you gotta appreciate these guys for even having the courage to come down here and talk about this. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you for having me.
I'm gonna wrap this one up. Because just another set of entertainment. This brother came down here and he shared his life with us, and I appreciate it again. And I want you to come back after you said you was going to go clean
Yeah.
up, right? So I'm going to expect to see you back here. Well, how long it take to clean up?
Absolutely. Anywhere from 30 to 90 days.
I need a little more time than that. I want to see you super squeaky clean. I need like about 60 days.
Okay.
Yeah, 30, yeah, it's 60 days, 90 days. 90 is good. 90 is good. 3 months.
I'm
3
right.
months you should be clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fresh face, skin all shining.
20 pounds over.
All right, cool. So that's that. We're going to wrap it up. Say that entertainment. Y'all take it easy.
God bless.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, how was
Still
that,
have
man?
6 minutes left.